That's what we watch us. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to It's All Black and White TV. And yes, the Newcastle United versus Liverpool build-up live on this sad day, which I'll come on to in just one moment. But guys, if you like what you see, then please hit the likes. It does help the channel. Thank you very much. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow. Bell notification tells you when I'm live, have an upcoming show, or any pre-records. So yeah, guys, no music on the intro today due to the sad events this morning. I thought it was only right that I'd done a little few pictures there of Christian Atsu when he played for Newcastle United as a fitting tribute towards the guy. Such sad news. I mean, I did put a video out this morning at 8 a.m, but very sad news that we got this morning that Christian Atsu was found, but not alive, unfortunately. So our thoughts go to his family, his friends, colleagues, past and present. You know, a lot of people he's played with at Newcastle. Matt Ritchie, obviously be devastated. John Joe Shelby at Forest, another one who'll be devastated. Jamal Lascelles, Carl Darlow. There's a few there that's played alongside, Christian Atsu, including J7, Almiron. So yeah, our hearts go out to them, but not also to them, but to over the 40,000 people who have lost their lives in Turkey and Syria. This earthquake really has been devastating. All sorts emerged the news on Christian Atsu was that he was due to fly to France and to go and see family, but he cancelled his flight for 11 p.m, didn't go, and unfortunately the earthquake came at 4 a.m. the next morning, 5 hours later, and so sad, but our thoughts, as I say, are with everybody involved. It's just such a tragedy, and we were clinging onto the hope that maybe, that he was still okay, but unfortunately, we found the sad news this morning, and I'm sure the club will have something in place for this evening's game against Liverpool. Maybe on the 30th minute for his shirt number, a minute's applause goes around the ground, which would be absolutely, it'd be emotional. It's emotional night. It was an emotional game to start with it being Sir Bobby Robson's 90th birthday, and now with the passing of Christian Atsu, it's just absolutely devastating. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take a few moments just to remember the great guy that was Christian Atsu, because he was a great servant to the club, let's not forget, and got us back to the Premier, helped us get back to the Premier League, and so he's sadly missed, and will be missed for eternity. So yeah, the guy's a big miss. So what I'm going to do, guys, just going to have a minute's silence just to reflect on the career of Christian Atsu. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. Yeah, well, we all took a minute's silence there just to think of Christian Atsu. I'm going to get into some comments now, guys. Ian Hi, Tony. Very sad day for everybody today. R.I.P. Christian Atsu. Absolutely devastating. I had tears in my eyes this morning when I found out the news. I was absolutely devastated. Paul, R.I.P. brother. Absolutely, Paul. Trolls. Hey, Tony. Hi, Trolls. Hope you're well. People speaking to Trolls. Rest in peace, Atsu, says Trolls. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Evening, Tony, says Alan. Rest in peace, Atsu. Yeah, evening to you, Alan. And yeah, so sad. Pablo, R.I.P. Atsu. Happy birthday, Sir War Bobby. Yeah, absolutely, Pablo. Nice touch how walking out to Bobby's statue to place flowers. Oh, that's brilliant. That's just the greatness of that man. And I suppose Eddie Howe will be devastated by the passing of Christian Atsu, as he was at Bournemouth with Eddie Howe. Alan, happy birthday to Sir Bobby, one of the greats. Rest in peace. Absolutely. Totally agree. Pablo says, afternoon, Tony. Hope you're well, bud. Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I'm just devastated by the news of Christian Atsu. I think it's a real shock and a real shame. And yeah. Paul, seen today there's a couple of fans going to hand Howe a letter, hoping he can stop something going on in Saudi with a trial. Are these people all there in the head? No. And it'll get nowhere, so it's pointless. I just don't get this, to be fair, why people do that. But yeah. I mean, guys in the chat, if you've got memories of Christian Atsu, I mean, post them in the chat by all means, you know. We all remember one of the poignant moments when we played at the Amex Brighton game, and that was a top of the table clash. And that was a game really we needed to win if we wanted any chance to win the league, the championship. And I mean, that shot from Matsu, which then hit the foot of Diarmi and like looped in, that was, you know, that'll always be remembered. And yeah, so many memories of Christian Atsu. Trolls, the thing that really made us so sad is his beautiful goodbye message he gave us. Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, I remember his free kick. Yeah. Mag says, I'm gutted, man, about Atsu. Yeah. Yeah, at the start, I've done an intro, guys. I've just done an intro, which I thought was fitting for him. I'll do it on the way out as well. There'll be no music going out. I was going to, but I'm not going to. And I'll do the intro on the way out, so people who didn't see the intro when I came live, they'll see it on the way out. I just put a little 20-second intro together, just of different pictures of Atsu with his time at Newcastle United. And yeah, as I say, lots of players he's played alongside, you know, and they're all going to have their own little memories of Christian Atsu. Such a young age of 31 as well. So, yeah. But as far as we know, latest news is apparently his body's being flown from Turkey to Ghana ahead of a funeral. So sad to find this all out, guys. And yeah. But right, so as we build up towards the game, currently the scores in the Premier League, well, there's nothing to get excited about. I mean, the first game, Arsenal-Villa, that was a cracking game. Arsenal winning that 4-2 in the end. And that shows you why sometimes it's not great to send a goalkeeper up for a corner in the last minute, because exactly what can happen is when Martinelli had an empty net to roll that ball into. He could have done what he wanted, really. But at the moment, the rest of the Premier League is completely goalless. So Brentford Palace 0-0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0 and Fulham 0, Chelsea Southampton 0-0, Everton 0 with Leeds 0-0, 0-0 Forest City, and 0-0 Wolves and Bournemouth. So yeah, it's interesting that there's no goals in the Premier League yet. Come on, I've got a few of them on my account, so come on, they better come in. Yeah, Max says cruel world. It absolutely is. Yeah. That's the thing, we can't stop these earthquakes, but you know, it's just tragic. Paul says, watch the Villa game. 4-2 really doesn't reflect that game. Villa had their chances and could have went either way. Yeah, it could have. I mean, that save from Ramsdale from Leon Bailey, that was a great save, wasn't it? And Yeah, that was a cracking save onto the bar. Sefton, hi all. Just got in at my part of the house. So sad, Atsu. Yeah, Sefton, very sad indeed. That, that this guy we won't see no more, fortunately. And but we all have our memories of Christian Atsu at Newcastle United, and I'm sure War Flags might have something rustled up in time for the game. And like I see on 30 minutes, it would be just poignant if we all done it, if there was a minute's applause run around the whole stadium. So yeah, to see for his shirt number. Pablo loved how he never jumped ship like some when we went doing like some did. Yeah, absolutely. He stayed, didn't he? Yeah. Max says, I hope on War Flags will honour him at the next home game. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, it could be a bit early to do it. Although we don't know. They could have had a flag pre-made, thinking, if he isn't found, they might have, who knows? We'll find out when the match comes towards kickoff. Andrew, hello, hi Andrew, hope you're well. Troll says, I got to put my sadness away for tomorrow today because I need to focus on the Liverpool game. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. What we've got to do now is we've got to go out there and win this for Christian. And he'll be looking down and saying to those players, make sure you get out there and beat Liverpool. That's what he'll want. Let's go out there and smash Liverpool, and let's send a message to Christian Atsu that we've gone and beat Liverpool for him. And yeah. I know they've got one for Bobby, decent size too. Yeah, absolutely. Bobby would have been 90 today. Ipswich Town are actually doing a few things for him today, because obviously I live in Suffolk, so I get the local news. And what they're doing is, I think it's on 78 minutes when they won the UEFA Cup in 78. They're having a mince applause then. Another one in 81 when he won it again. And then on 90 minutes for his 90th birthday, they're having another mince applause. So well done to Ipswich Town for doing what they're doing. And because remember, the guy was a legend there. Draws a flag at the final would mean so much more, though. Yes, it definitely would, wouldn't it? And that would be another great honour if we went and won the final, all for Christian. Jonathan, hello to you, Jonathan. He says, he gave his all during the dark period for the club. I'll never forget that. Brought me to tears this morning. Rest in peace. Yeah, exactly. It's it's just, I think the more this went on that he was missing, I think the more it was getting to the stage that I don't think he's going to be found. And that was a sad news. We were all hoping for positive news that he was going to be found alive, but yeah. And there's still some people from that club missing as well, like the sporting director, who apparently was in the same apartment block as Christian Atsu, so it doesn't look great for him either. Andrew says, let's hope we thrash Liverpool in memory of Atsu. Absolutely. 7 now. Do you know that would be fantastic? But I would take it. I would take 1-0. That would do me. Max says, agree.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Paul says, we should fear Liverpool and neither the starting 11 being part of the season. And beating Everton does not mean they're back. Exactly, Paul. And that's what's getting me. There's a lot of people saying, oh, Liverpool's back. They've won out and beat Everton. Now, let's look at it. They didn't go out and beat a great Everton team. They've beat a very, very poor Everton side, an Everton side which are not that great. And so, it's all right for people to think, oh, yeah, Liverpool are back, they're back. They're not back. That test will come today. And, and Paul says, not should. Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, we don't fear Liverpool whatsoever. How are you, the lads? R.I.P. Christian Atsu. You now join the great Magpies 11 in the sky, so Bobby will look after you. Absolutely. Yeah. And Speedo as well. Pablo says, my favourite Atsu moment was his assist for J7, first goal against Spurs. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree 100% on that. But yeah, if you have any memories of Atsu, guys, just get them in the chat and we'll read them out. Sefton saying hi to Trolls. Oh, and we have got a goal in the Premier League. So Manchester City are ahead against Nottingham Forest. Bernardo Silva on 41 minutes, and he was assisted by Jack Grealish. So Forest are currently 1-0 down to Manchester City. Apart from that, everywhere else is goalless at present in the Premier League. But as soon as goals go in, I will let you know and I will keep you up to date at this time. Looking further down at the local teams, Middlesbrough currently 0-0 at the Riverside against QPR. And at the Stadium of Plate, Sunderland are currently 0-0 with Bristol City. There was a photo put out with a flag display. Well, they didn't look very good flags, but there again, when you buy from Wish, what do you expect? And going further down the local leagues, Hartlepool are away to AFC Wimbledon, and they are currently losing by 1-0. So that's the roundup of our local sides. And in the conference, I don't know how Gateshead are doing, but I'll have a look. Gateshead are away to Southend United at Roots Hall, and currently the score is Southend United 1, Gateshead 0. So, bit of a mixed bag this afternoon for the local teams. And we have got another goal. Chelsea 0, Southampton 1, James Ward-Prowse 45 plus 1. Wow, there's a surprise. Southampton's ahead. So again, we've now got 2 goals in the Premier League. So absolutely brilliant. Paul says, I really hope we start fast today and we are on with it. Passing, being far too casual on the ball recently. Yeah, I totally agree, Paul. We need to. Sefton says, sorry, I'm putting up my black and white button up. Hey, don't be sorry, Sefton. Get it up, mate. Get it up. I mean, your button, by the way. Get that button up there, mate. Too right. But mind, you might need your suit of armour later, or you might need to go to IKEA or any store at all and go and buy new plates and saucers tomorrow because, your wife might throw them thinking she's playing plate smashing in Greece. But yeah, if we beat Liverpool tonight, you might have to go and buy some new plates and that tomorrow. So hope you've got plenty of money saved up, Sefton. Away the lad says, how maybe placing flowers at the statue, but the walkie-talkie snowflakes are presenting him with a letter regarding sports washing. Yeah, that was mentioned earlier by Paul. I mean, it's just absolutely disgraceful, isn't it? And I mean, what annoys me is last night we had this thing about the Qataris wanting to buy Man United. And now you've got we're back, we're great. And you're like, hang on a minute. Hang on, whoa. You are sore against our takeover. You complained about sports washing about us. And now, because you've got Qataris wanting to buy the club, you're all for it. Well, sorry, it doesn't work both ways. And as I said on Pete's show last night, Qatar is worse for human rights than Saudi Arabia is. And we're seeing the World Cup, how bad Qatar are. So I hope they don't get in. Or I hope this, because I'll tell you now, if this takeover goes through quicker than what ours is, it just proves there was a conspiracy to stop our takeover. But we know the conspiracy of that takeover because it's 2 words, Gary Hoffman. Because until he come to the Premier League, there were no red flags. Richard Masters was pushing that through. But once Gary Hoffman joined, the red flags started appearing. And that's where it stalled. Joel says, indeed, Paul, we need to get the ball faster up midfield to attack us. Absolutely. Ian says, Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. Yeah, exactly. It's 1-0 at the moment. And that's how it is at the half times at the moment. Mark says, Stadium of Plate. Yeah, well, I could say other words, but, I just thought plate. Yeah, why not? Trolls, Chelsea spending, working, I see. Well, yeah, exactly. You got a £107 million man playing, and yeah, just shows you money don't buy everything. First act I've put on in months, and Southampton muck it up for me. I'm done for good. Do you know what? I've got Chelsea on winning that game, and they're getting beat. The only one that's winning at the moment, City. Just put up in the cupboard, Sefton. Leslie. Great news that John Sinclair got a Wembley ticket through ballot. Congrats, John. Yeah, he got a phone call today for it, didn't he? So well done to John. So people have meltdowns over that, saying, "Oh, we're not getting a call, we're not getting a ticket." Just shows you that's still ringing people up. So hey, if you're still in that ballot, keep faith, because you may get a ticket, you may get a phone call. I'd say you have a Wembley final to go to. I'm a John sitting with the Man U. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing, is he? No, I don't think so. How are the lads? Our country's bad enough for human rights of its own people now. Chinese social credit system incoming. Exactly. Yeah. Sefton says, Tony, she's a boss when I'm out. Has reached Tony. Hypocrites United, all of them. They are, absolutely. They are. I mean, they're all of a sudden all happy because they've got Qataris coming in, but they didn't want us having the Saudis. Well, I'm sorry, their fans are hypocrites. And I'm waiting to see what the other hypocrites have got to say. Gary Neville, Oliver Holt, the rest of them. As I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it. Well done, John, says Sefton. Leslie says, praying for your safety after we win. Yeah, well, he's got to put his suit of armour on, Les, so yeah. Lee says, all right, Tony, sad to hear about Christian. My thoughts are with their family and friends. Top man in Newcastle, and the other rest in peace, Christian. Yeah, absolutely, Lee. Yeah, so sad about Christian Atsu. And as I say, guys, if you came on and missed the intro will be getting played at the end of this show. So it's a lovely little tribute to Christian Atsu. And yeah, there's no music today. But Troll says, if we're 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go, take a trip to the store for a couple of hours, Sefton. Yeah. Well, he can't, because if he's drinking brown ale, he can't drive unless there's a Tesco in walking distance. Les Sefton says, I know Les started this morning after she refused to make my breakfast but got coffee instead. Oh, well. Just have to make your own breakfast, Sefton. That's all you can do, mate. That's all you can do. Just make your own. It's better to make your own anyway, Sefton, because at least you know you've made it. But yeah, I mean, we'll have the team lineups very soon in the next 35 minutes. So we look ahead to that. And we'll just quickly go through the off times. It's Brentford 0, Palace 0, Brighton 0, Fulham 0, Chelsea 0, Southampton 1, Everton 0, Leeds United 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester City 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, EFC Bournemouth 0. And in the Championship, it's currently Middlesbrough 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0, and Sunderland 0, Bristol City 0. And we'll look further down the leagues and we'll find out how Hartlepool are at half time. EFC Wimbledon 1, Hartlepool 0, currently at half time. And in the game in the Vanarama League, Gateshead are currently losing 1-0 at half time to Southend United at Roots Hall. So there we go, guys. That's your half time roundup at the moment. So I'll get back to some comments. Paul says, Neville can't say a thing, Tony, after being paid by Qatar for the World Cup. Punditry hypocrisy at its finest and quick to put his morals aside for the dosh. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. For somebody who doesn't believe in human rights and all this and is against it all, well, he was quick to go there. This is what I'm saying about people like Neville, journalists. They all come out and say, oh, we don't like the Saudis, we don't want this, right? But these journalists are happy. When Saudi had the boxing on, the Usyk and Anthony Joshua fight, they were all happy to be there, taking in the 5-star hospitality, being waited on hand and foot, staying in 5-star luxury hotels, having all the benefits of luxurious that they can have, shows how hypocritical a lot of these people really are. And they are hypocritical at times, and that's all I've got to say on that. Leslie says you weren't wearing coffee. Oh, I hope he wasn't wearing it. No. Although don't ask her to make you drink tonight, because it might not be in the cup, Sefton. It might be all over you, mate. Lee says 3-1 win. Longstaff, Miggy, and Isak to score. That's not a bad shout. Talking, actually, while we're on the subject of talking about score lines and obviously 3-1 wins, Sean Longstaff actually got the award for player of the semi-finals. So the semi-finals, the round of semi-finals between ourselves and Southampton and Forest and Man U, Sean Longstaff was player of the semi-finals. So well done to Sean Longstaff. Nice one. Well, I'll just put that one out there. Paul says, so many draws. If it's the same, we're going to put 4 past Liverpool. Do you know what? I'd love that. I'd love that if we absolutely hammered them. I mean, that win at Everton maybe helped Klopp, but if we beat Liverpool tonight, does that help his course? I'm not sure. If it's a hammering, he might end up going out to Anfield tomorrow morning out the exit door. 2-0 says Sefton. Yeah. Gateshead's down to 10 men, says he. No, that's not great. Chris says, afternoon, Tony. Afternoon to you, Chris. But I hope Gateshead do stay in the Vanarama National League. I'm going, but now I predict it always goes wrong, says Trolls. Yeah. I don't blame you. Sefton laughing at Trolls. Paul says, we've been saying someone is due a hammering with all the chances we create. Just imagine. Yeah, just imagine it was Liverpool. I mean, can you imagine their faces? Oh. And what Klopp would do as well. He'd have a meltdown, wouldn't he? I mean, there's talk of Willock not playing today. But Miggy and Maxi are fine, apparently. They're not sure what's happening with Wilson. He may be on the bench, I don't know. Now, I don't know the team sheet. I don't, guys. But I'm going to put out there, this is what the team I could potentially see us going to play today, okay? So I'm going Nick Pope in goal. Captain and right back, Kieran Trippier. Fabian Schär. Sven Botman. Dan Burn. J7. Alongside Sean Longstaff. Anthony Gordon, because I can see him coming in today. And then you'll have a front three of ESM and Alexander Isak and Miggy Almiron. So that's the team I'm going for. So that's Pope, Trippier, Schär, Botman, Burn. Then the middle three, Longstaff, J7, Anthony Gordon. Then the front three, Miggy, Isak and ESM. But I don't know if that's how we'll line up. I mean, will we play a 4-3-3 or could we play a 4-2-1-3? Who knows? And give Gordon that free role? Or do you put Gordon on the right, bring Miggy in that free role and give Miggy the free role? You know, there's lots of options there, guys. Get your thoughts in with your team, what you think. But the thing we need to do is target Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's the weak link in that team. And Van Dijk ain't as quick as he was. Leslie says, May, that Troll's always wrong, so I'm praying for a win. Yeah. Same Les says, Trolls. What time's the team sheet, Tony? About 4:30, Sefton, so it'll be about 4:30, mate. So 28 minutes to go. Trolls. Wilson has maybe trained one day this week from what Howe has said, so he will be a sub. He could well be a sub. Who knows? We'll find out. Now before kick-off. Paul says if ESM can show his best against Trent, just need to play the ball into the channel when we win it back and Trent is pushed forward. Yeah. Thanks, Les. Let's hope we see a great and unplayable, we need to see an unplayable ESM today because, when he owes us one now. So let's have it today. Let him get against Trent Alexander-Arnold and let him totally dominate the game over him. Ian says, that's a side I want to see play. Yeah, exactly. Would be interested to see the stats on our passes and how many of them is in defence. Yeah, definitely. Gomez is a bit iffy as well. Yeah, he is. He's not the greatest either, is he? Seth now would rest Mickey, play Gordon as he's cup tied next week. That's the thing, but who would you put in instead? Murphy? Target expect to be fit for next Sunday. Maybe a place on the bench as won't be match fit. Yeah. I mean, could we drop Burn and play Jamal Lewis tonight? Who knows? Got a feeling how it might change though. Burn is so exposed when G7 comes and helping on the wing. Yeah, that's the other one. But the only man that knows what the team sheet is, and that's Eddie Howe. But when it comes to Eddie Howe, we all say that what we think the team's going to be, and then what happens? Bang! Oh, it's totally different to what everybody thinks the team's going to be. So again, we just wait and see what happens. I'm just looking at seeing what's on the seeing who's arriving. So we've got Anthony Gordon's arrived 21 minutes ago. Callum Wilson's there as well, guys. Miggy. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to pop this on screen. So this is what's been mentioned. So there we are. There's Eddie Howe taking flowers to Bobby Robson's statue, laying them down. With a Newcastle, Bobby, always in our thoughts on this special day. Very, very nice. That very classy. And there we go. So there we go, guys. And as I say, there's Miggy, all full of smiles. Callum Wilson. And there's Anthony Gordon as well, guys. So there you go. So they're there at the moment. And we just wait and see what the team sheet is. And that won't be too long, will it? In around 24 minutes' time. Paul says I've got two old centre midfielders and a kid. We have to win that midfield battle today. Well, yeah, the thing is, we need to win that midfield battle. And, because we all know the Liverpool midfield is really getting old. Look at the midfield of Liverpool. Milner, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago. They're all 30 plus. And, so to see the midfield fall like that, we should be cutting through that midfield. We should be skinning that midfield. Leslie says if Van Dijk starts, potentially a mistake or a stupid foul. Leslie's first game back. Yeah, definitely. Troll says Burn needs a way too much help. Way too much help as a left back. Love the guy, but glad when Target is back or Burn turns it up. Yeah, see what you mean. Paul says, let's not forget the players who are wanting to put it right after the robbery last time out. Yeah, definitely. Remember the last time we played, Botman didn't play, did he? And neither did Cher. They were on the bench because we rested them. So remember, there's players that hadn't played. Sefton agrees. Let Gordon get at them, says Sefton. Yeah. Yeah, they hate playing against Gordon, don't they? Well done, Eddie. Top man, says Lee. Absolutely. Respect to already, says Sefton. Yeah, absolutely. Mag says, right, lads, I'm off ski to the pub for the match. Hope you're all smelling a couple of hours. Tune. Yeah, enjoy the game, mate. Enjoy get a few pints before you get in the ground. And yeah, enjoy yourself, mate. And let's hope we're celebrating 3 points. Paul says, still to this day, I think Isak goal should have stood. Yes, it should have. But the VAR said they couldn't determine if it was Isak's shadow or Gomez's shadow. A load of crap in my eyes. It could easily have been sorted out. Bronco as well didn't play. Yes, he didn't. Yes, that's right. So, just have a look at the results of, latest scores, I should say, because now we're in the second half. Still Southampton and not Man City who are leading at the moment. Everybody else is still nils apiece at the minute. And in the Championship, Middlesbrough still 0-0. And at the Stadium of Plate, it is still 0-0 as well. Where they're doing their flag display, but their flags don't look that great because nothing looks great when you buy it from Wish. You buy cheap, you get what you deserve. Andrew says, I reached Sefton. What's the next frost breath in the winter? Says Trolls. I don't know what you mean, Trolls. You'll have to let me know, mate. But yeah. But we're waiting for these team news coming out. But if you like what you see, guys, please smash the like button. It really does help the channel up the search results. So smash those likes. Just clicking that button. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please click the subscribe button. It's free to do so. It helps the channel grow. And also bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-recorded show or any upcoming shows. So I'm at 374 subscribers. So I'm 26 away now from 400. And that would be great if I got to 400 by the 28th of February, by the end of the month. Oh, I see what he meant. Yeah, now I know. Paul says Chelsea aren't getting top 10 at the street. Never mind European football. This is what I'm saying, guys. I mean, Chelsea, that's just ridiculous because I'm just waiting for when they don't have European football next season. What are all these players going to do? I mean, these players are going to be very, very unhappy next season. So I'm just waiting for it. Sefton Rowley's bought a season ticket in the Strawberry. He's bought a season ticket. Nah, you're joking, aren't you, Sefton? Far offside, says Trolls. Oh, yeah, I knew what you meant, mate, yeah. And Sefton says, yeah, Andrew. Yeah. And we've had a goal at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it's gone the opposite way. It's Wolves 0, Bournemouth 1. And that is scored by Marcus Tavernier and assisted by Dominic Solanke. So the results are going against what people are thinking at the moment. So, yeah. So this is getting to be a very interesting Premier League, isn't it? Premier League throws up a lot of surprises. And Hartlepool are still losing 1-0 to AFC Wimbledon. And Gateshead still 1-0 down at Southend United. So, but yeah, it's looking really interesting in the Premier League at the moment with these scores. I'm convinced them players were brought in over managers' heads. Like, yeah, I think they were. I wish we could be like Chelsea, spend 600 million then getting beat off Southampton. Do you know what it is though? It must be so bloody embarrassing to spend that amount of money and you can't even beat a team that are bottom of the league and are absolute dross. He's never out the place. Oh, right, I see what you mean, Stephanie's bought a season ticket for the Strawberry, yeah. Mayaka's pretty much down the shit pan. Yeah, not off Paul Mines is as well by the looks of it. This rate, it's just. Sefton says, aye, nerves are kicking in, says Trolls. Don't be nervous. Enzo Fernandez will be the biggest flop in the Premier League history, says Bia. Do you know what? You won't be far wrong there, mate. I tell you that now. And they'll never get their money back for him. Andrew says, I get excited, not nervous. I trust the lads today, absolutely. Lee says, going to be a tight league this season, yeah. Leslie says, agree, Paul. Can't imagine the wage bill for all those players who didn't meet the squad. Probably higher than all ours put together. Yeah, you're probably right there, Leslie. I mean, it's just ridiculous how Chelsea have gone on, isn't it? Absolutely, absolutely bloody ridiculous. But, yeah. I mean, I'm just going to have a look at what the moment the table stands. I mean, it doesn't affect us because because nobody's threatening us above yet. But, I mean, at the moment the table stands. So your bottom three is Leeds, Everton and Southampton, because Bournemouth winning, they've moved out of the bottom three now. Southampton are just 1 point behind Everton now. And then you go further up the table. Brighton are 3 points behind Tottenham. Chelsea are on 31 points in 10th place. Man City have replaced Arsenal at the top of the league on goal difference. As things stand at the moment, but that's only at the moment. Things could change. There's a long way to go in the games. It only takes a second to score, and we could see it. So, but we've got 3 games with goals on at the moment, but we wait for some more to appear. How much was Enzo? Wasn't 100 plus? Yeah, 107 million apparently. Yeah, Trolls, you're absolutely right. Hope we get your scoreline, Andrew. Yeah, come on, Andrew. What's your scoreline today, mate? Come on, Andrew. Don't hide behind your computer or your tablet or your phone or whatever you're watching me on. Just let me know. What's your score prediction, Andrew? Come on, get it in there. Going to backfire at Chelsea. Do you know what? I'm just looking forward to this when Chelsea's got all these unhappy players when they've got no European football next season. I'm just going to sit back and absolutely love it because there's going to be a fire sale because a lot of them players will not want to stay there next season. Paul says, this is what I was saying the other week. Average are slightly better than average. Players are standard 100 million these days. Absolutely mental. Chelsea have just gone stupid, and that is the problem. Sefton says, don't be nervous. Eddie's black and white heroes, absolutely. And do you know what? Do you know what it is? We need to put on a performance today, but we need a win. And if we go in there, we play confidently, win this game confidently, this sets up lovely for the cup final next weekend. And that's what we need to do. We need to take some sort of form into the cup final. Yes, we've only lost 1 game all season in the Premier League. And let's hope we get another 3 tonight. Hope the crowd are lively today. Mind helps the players so much. Yeah, I hope so. I think there will be. 1, it's Bobby Robson's birthday, and 2, with the passing of Christian Atsu. Yeah, I'm sure there will be up for it. Andrew says 4-0. What? Where's the other 3, Andrew? Yeah, he said 7, didn't he? Paul says, mate, they've handed them 8-year contracts. Can't even sell them if they want to without a massive sale price. Yeah. And next season, you can't do this anymore, have 8-year contracts on players because Chelsea's totally stuffed it up. Joel says, it's a bit early to say Chelsea will not get Europe, but it doesn't look good. Thing is, Trolls, it doesn't look good for them. I mean, not being funny, Trolls, right? If they lose today at Chelsea, they are 5 points behind Fulham. Now, Fulham are playing a game today. They've got Brighton and Hove Albion, which is a huge game. Now, if, you know, it's just, they're running out of games. Chelsea are running out of games now. And yes, they've got a game in hand over Fulham, but it's looking very, very bleak. That's the first half. Sefton says, order the pizza. The kitchen is no man's land today. Oh, you got a pizza coming, have you, mate? What kind of pizza, Sefton? Because my favourite pizza is barbecue chicken, Texas barbecue chicken. I love that one. And also, the other pizza I like is a margarita. So, what pizza are you having, Sefton? Please let everybody in the chat know, because I'm sure we all want to know what Sefton is having on his pizza today, and are you having extra toppings? And are you having a stuffed crust as well, Sefton? So there's the challenge. Let's hear what you've got in the chat. We want to know what kind of pizza. Are you having extra toppings, and is it a stuffed crust? Please let us know, Sefton. And guys, what's your favourite pizza? Let us know in the chat. I know it's not the food show, but you know what? Sefton's mentioned it. So let's all go out. I've told you what mine is. Texas barbecue chicken. I love that pizza. And I love a margarita. And my local shop does a buy one, get one free. So you get the cheaper one free, and it's absolutely fantastic. You get two 12-inch pizzas for like 17 quid. It's worth it. And your delivery's free on top of that. Lee says, we spent wisely, it paid off and great for us. Yeah, absolutely. We've shown how to do it. I think we'll be in for a very busy summer, though. We need a win or a loss. Problem with all the draws is there's no urgency to bounce back like you get from a loss. Draws are just making us lacklustre. I totally agree with you, Craig. You're absolutely bang on the money, mate. Mackems are winning. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry language, but yeah. If they win tonight, this broadband's going to be switched on in Sunderland, isn't it? Mackems have scored. Not great, is it? The Mackems, they'll be waving their flags that they've got from Wish, and they'll be going all over the place. So come on, Bristol, you know what to do. Get a goal back and make these Mackems suffer. So, okay, back to the comments. Paul says, we're over halfway now, and Chelsea's still not showing any signs of identity and play style. Yeah, that's the thing, Paul. Troll says his favourite pizza is beef, bacon, mushrooms and onion. That sounds nice. Sefton says, it's a thin crust. Oh, okay, Sefton. Seafood. Do you know what? I like seafood, Sefton, so that's a nice pizza, mate. 18-inch. Jesus Christ, Sefton, is that just for you? Is that just yours on your own, or are you sharing that with the missus? Because please tell me you're sharing that with the missus. You're not eating all that to yourself, are you? Bias says, I don't like pizza, intolerant to cheese, prefer a dirty chippy. Right? Can't beat that either. Paul says, meat feast with jalapenos, cheese, stuffed crust with a big dip of garlic sauce. Get up. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I like a stuffed crust on me pizza as well. You can't beat that, can you? Leslie says, barbecue chicken with masses of chilies. Otherwise, no, thank you. I'm not a chili person, but, you like the barbecue chicken, so that's good enough. Come on, Annie, spur your team on, says Trolls. Yeah, if Annie was in the chat, I would say to him, come on, Annie, get them sorted out. Get Bristol City told. Shared if we win, says Sefton. Yep, we're all paying around Sefton's and Sherry's 18-inch pizza. Lee says, have a pizza tonight. Chicago chicken and bacon melt. Very, very nice, mate. Very nice. And Sefton says, mustard on chips. I don't mind the chips, but not the mustard, Sefton. You can keep the mustard. I have hot sauce on nearly everything I eat. Well, I used to enjoy the spicy stuff, but I can't. Because going back to when I was 19 years old, I was probably 20-year-old, sorry. Went out in the town on the lash, doing the big market. Got absolutely hammered. Going home. Oh, I know where I'm going. I'm going into the Brighton Grove Tandoori, if anybody knows where that is. I don't know if it's still there now, but it probably is. But the Brighton Tandoori on Brighton Grove in the West End, near the General Hospital. So I thought, right, I'm gone for a curry. So I went in, and I says, he said, oh, because he knew me quite well. He said, Tony, all right? I said, yeah. I said, can I have a curry? He says, yeah. He says, usual. I went, no. I said, I'm changing tonight. I said, I'm going to have a Vindaloo. He says, oh, a Vindaloo? And I went, yeah. He says, oh, they're hot. And I went, hey, I don't care. I says, the hotter the better. I says, so stick a few more lumps of chili or whatever you're putting in. I says, but make it hot. And so he made this Vindaloo was really, really hot. And I got home, downed it. An hour and a half later, my tummy, I was like, oh, I don't feel right. And all of a sudden, it come out. Yep, it came back to meet me, guys. And so I don't know if I damaged my insides with that or whatever, but now I can't touch spicy food since that. So I don't know. I think it's just put me off spicy food maybe. But if I have anything too spicy, I get indigestion. So yeah, I've got to be careful. But no, maybe. But when you're young and you're stupid and you go out and you're absolutely rat-horsed, you just go in and you just think, oh, I'm going to have that and I'm going to say I'm the hard man. I want it hotter and hotter. But I didn't dare tell the guy, by the way, that that I brought it back up. He just said, oh, was it nice? And I went, yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I went bacon dipped in chocolate is awesome. Oh, I don't know, Sefton. I'm not sure about that one. Sefton says, Everton 1-up. Oh, Jesus. So not only are the Mackems winning, the Scouse Mackems are winning now. Great, isn't it? Although, according to BBC, it hasn't come through yet, so I don't know. Has it? Oh, it has now. Seamus Coleman, the old man, has scored for Everton. Everton. It's got to be foul, says Sefton. Okay. Yeah, says drunk Tony has balls. Yeah, I used to. Well, in my younger days, I used to get drunk a lot. I don't get so drunk nowadays, but even if I do, I don't get hangovers in the morning. So that's one bonus of being able to have a good few drinks and not have a hangover the next morning. Going up to Edinburgh in a couple of weeks, so I'll have a few drinks up there. Sefton says beer. Paul says, done a foul in a few times, but tend to go lower as I like to taste what I'm eating. Yeah, don't blame me, mate. Don't blame you whatsoever. Yeah, so the scores in the moment are still 0-0 Brentford Palace, 0-0 Brighton Fulham, Chelsea 0, Southampton 1 at the Bridge, Everton 1, Leeds United 0, Goodison Park. They must be kicking towards the Gladys Street end because that's the only time they score. Nottingham Forest 0 at the City Ground, Man City 1, and at Molineux, Wolves 0, Bournemouth 1. And there we look in the Championship. So Middlesbrough are 1-0 up over QPR. So they have took the lead through Akpom on 64 minutes. And his goal was assisted by our ex-player, Dan Barlaser. And Sunderland are, yes, the Mackems at the Stadium of Play with all their wish flags are 1-0 up with an assist from Leeds loanee Joe Gelhardt, setting up Jack Clark, another ex-Leeds player. And in League 2, Wimbledon are now 2-0 up at Hartlepool against Hartlepool at Plough Lane. And in the conference, Gateshead are still 1-0 down after 60 minutes to Southend United. So, yeah. So the way things are going, a lot of people's accas are off today, including mine. Sefton says, good Blake Law lad, you, Tony. Yeah, absolutely, mate. You know, I remember the Rokeby pub. That's not there now. That's gone. Remember the balloon? Had some great nights in there. Seen some bar stools go through the windows as well in the balloon and in the Rokeby. Seen a few of that, I tell you. Oh, yeah. Wasn't nearly every Friday night in the Rokeby there'd be a bar stool through the window. But yeah. BS says I got drunk in London, refused to pay for a hotel room, wake up in a skip, save myself 200 quid. You got to be careful sleeping in a skip though. You don't want to get taken away, do you? Well, there was an atmosphere there, Bia. Yeah. Blake Social. Oh, yeah, yeah. I used to always remember I don't know if you remember this, Sefton, on a Sunday morning. Used to have, at the Blake Social, used to have the strippers on. And, well, my mate took me once. He says, I come to see the strippers at the Blake Social. I says, oh, come on then, on a Sunday morning. Well, the queue was already forming, but you couldn't get in the queue. About the first 30 or 40 people in that queue were old men, 60 plus, waiting to get in for the strippers. And you're like, Jesus, I'm not going to get nowhere near the front here. I'm going to be stuffed at the back. Mind saying that, you are pleased to be in at the back because some of the strippers, well, you just want to say to them, just leave your clothes on, pet. Don't take them off, just leave your clothes on because, yeah, they weren't that great looking. But the old men used to love it. And I don't know if you remember that, Sefton. You might remember, but that's what it used to be like. And yeah, I only went there once. I didn't go back again, to be fair. I thought, well, come on, I want some decent lookers on there, not, but yeah, it was what it was. Special aroma, you might say, says Trolls. Jabba Dabba Doo one. Hey, hi, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. And hey, Trolls, he says. Sefton says, I never went mind. Yeah, I bet you didn't, Sefton. I mean, God, honestly, some of them, though, you did, when they took their clothes off, you're just like, oh, love, just put them back on. You shouldn't have even bothered taking them off. But you know what? The old men were at the front and they absolutely loved it. Yeah. But, yeah, absolutely fantastic. But, yeah, it was funny. It's just one of life's joys at the time, isn't it? But, yeah. I mean, guys, I've got 25 watching, which is brilliant. So if you smash the likes, please, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Helps the channel up the search results. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe. Free to do so. Helps the channel grow. And bell notification tells you when I'm live, have any pre-records or upcoming shows. So thank you very much indeed, guys. So smash that like either now or on your way out. It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you. So I be good yesterday, PD stream. That's all right. All right. The team sheet should be out, guys. So let's go and have a look. It's 4:30. See, talking about food and things like that, you see, the team sheets come out now. So let's see what surprises await us. Right. So the team sheet, it is a surprise. And it is Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Dan Burn, Sean Longstaff, Joe Linton, Elliot Anderson, Miggy Almiron, Alan St. Maximin, and Alexander Isak. On the bench, Martin Dubravka, Paul Dummett, Jamal Lascelles, Anthony Gordon, Callum Wilson, Matt Ritchie, Jamal Lewis, Javier Manquillo, and Jacob Murphy. I'll get that on screen in just one moment, guys. But that is your team lineup today. So we did get it wrong. What's your thoughts? I mean, we didn't expect Anderson to be starting, did we? Nobody put Anderson in the bracket. We all were wanting Anthony Gordon to start. So there's a surprise for that one. It's not Anthony Gordon starting. It's actually Elliot Anderson in place of Joe Willock, which I think is the right move because Willock's keep him for next week, I would say, Joe Willock. And that would be, that's even better. But, yeah, bit of a shock there, guys, isn't it? And the team will be up in the screen in about 20 seconds. There you go. It's up now. There you go, guys. So I hope you can all see that there. And yeah, that is the team lineup. A few surprises in there. Well, one surprise. It's nice that we've got Miggy and um, Maxi back, and let's hope Maxi has a great game today. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see from Maxi. I want to see the Maxi who's unplayable, the Maxi who can terrorise defences and be a match winner. And let's see that from him today. It's got to start now. If he wants to keep his place in our team, he's got to start producing this form. But we need it now. Not in 10 games time. We need it now, Maxi. So please tonight, light up St James's Park, because that's what we want you to do. Light up the tune and terrorise Liverpool. Guys, the Liverpool team is as follows: Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Bajcetic, or Setic, however you pronounce his name, the young lad, Henderson, Nunes, Salah, and Gakpo. On the bench, Kelleher, Milner, Keita, Firmino, Elliott, Jota, Tsimikas, Matip, and Phillips. So that is your Liverpool team tonight. And it's an interesting one. So just seeing if any Liverpool fans are putting in any ridiculous scorelines. They're all saying, please win, please win, please win. So there you go. Right, let's... scores at the minute. Crystal Palace are ahead against Brentford 1-0. Again, everything's going to plan here, isn't it? Brighton 0, Fulham 0, Chelsea 0, Southampton 1, Everton 1, Leeds 0, Forest 0, Man City 1, and Wolves 0, Bournemouth 1. Still latest scores. And in the Championship, Middlesbrough still 1 up, Sunderland are still 1 up, unfortunately. Hartlepool are now losing 2-1 to Wimbledon, so they've pulled a goal back. And Gateshead still losing 1-0. So, right, I best catch up on some comments. BS says, Shelvey is sticking it to Grealish. Are you watching that game? I hope he is. Yabba dabba do, face blue, smelling face blue, smelling face blue, smelling face blue, smelling. I like it. Yeah, Shelby, I knew who you meant. Troll says, I've never been to a strip bar. Only go home and have to do handiwork anyway. Anderson in place of Willock, says Paul. Yeah, that's the change. Clap for Atsu. Anderson, hope he steps up tonight. Yeah, definitely. Troll says, excellent. Gordon Cup tied, so probably makes sense for him to start today, Anderson. Yeah, let's see what he can do. Hope Anderson steps up. Mine says Sefton, yeah. Lee says, probably put Gordon on half time, maybe Ashley. Yeah. Ashby, you mean. Ashby's not in the team, though, is he? Anderson time now. Yeah, absolutely. Trolls, let's back ESM, see if he can find his confidence, absolutely. That Liverpool lineup doesn't frighten me in the slightest, says Paul. No, definitely not. Well, they got walloped off Wolves, didn't they? No fear with that Liverpool team, definitely. 4-1 to us, says Yabba. Could well be. Mad thing is, every single team on my ass went the opposite way. Yeah, same with me, Paul. Same with me, mate. It's just, yeah. I don't want to say Ashley on the pitch. I think he meant Ashby. Chris Wood's coming on. It's all right. He's a Forest player now, isn't he? So Forest have bought him, haven't they? As things stand, he's a Forest player because he's played more than 3 games now. So I've just been to, I have been to a strip. I just leave my aunt. He was a stripper to leave. Oh God, not that's not great. That's not great, is it, mate? So guys, that is your lineup, and yeah. So as I say, we are coming to the end of the show. But if you like what you see, then please smash those likes. It really does help the channel. So smash the likes, thank you. Also, brand new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow, and bell notification tells you when I'm live. Have a pre-recorder on the upcoming shows. Couple of comments. Why isn't Ashby on the bench? I haven't got a clue. I would have thought he could have been on the bench. As I say, guys, when you've joined on, you probably didn't see the intro, so the intro will go on the outro as well. So at the end of the show, I will play the intro what I had earlier on, and it's a nice thing for Christian Atsu. Great show, says Trolls. Thanks very much. But don't forget to smash that like on your way out, guys. That would be great. Thank you very much indeed. But yeah, let's hope for 3 points tonight. On this day when it's 1, Sir Bobby Robson's birthday, and 2, the sad passing of Christian Atsu. So on that note, guys, I bid you farewell, and I will probably be back with an instant reaction. I've got one more comment there, Sefton. Great show. Enjoy the game. Have faith, yeah. Akpom of Borough's a good player. Scored that again. That's 20 goals for him, says Ian. Yeah, absolutely. And Paul says thumbs up. Yeah, so guys, if you didn't see the intro, you're going to see it now on the way out. My crash helmet's on, says Sefton. So yeah, you're going to see the intro now, guys, and drop a comment. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you later. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy the game. Away the lads.